A knife clatters across the marble floor and stops at Amina's feet. She freezes. The museum hallway is empty, supposed to be empty, yet the knife is warm, as if it just came out of someone's hand. Before she can breathe, a man in a grey janitor's jacket staggers out from behind a Roman statue, clutching his side. Blood. Not much, but enough to say this isn't normal night shift trouble. He meets her eyes like he's been searching for them his whole life. "Don't scream," he whispers. Amina doesn't. Instead, she does the stupidest thing possible, she steps toward him. "Are you okay?" Before he answers, voices slam through the corridor from the east wing. Rough, fast, hunting. The kind of voices that don't belong in a museum after midnight. The man grabs her wrist and pulls her behind a column just as three men rush past with silenced pistols drawn. Silenced. Pistols. Amina's heart drops into her shoes. He leans close, breath hot against her ear. "If you want to live, stay behind me. I don't even know you. You shared your lunch with me once," he murmurs. "And I'm returning the favor." She doesn't understand a single word of that. But the look in his eyes makes one thing clear, he means it. The men in black stop at the end of the corridor. One bends, touches the marble where he left the knife. He stands slowly, taps his earpiece, and says, "Target is close." The man beside Amina lifts the toolbox she assumed held mops and sprays. "It's too heavy. Too secure. Too intentional." He flicks the latch, revealing metal cylinders, thick wires, and a device blinking red. He whispers, "We leave now." She whispers back, "Who are you?" He gives her a name that sounds like a secret, Ryu Min-Jae. Before she can reply, he rolls a cylinder across the floor. It clinks once, twice. White smoke erupts like a bomb of fog swallowing the world. Arms wrap around her waist, pulling her through the haze. Shots muffle into the smoke, sparks biting stone. Amina coughs, gripping the only solid thing she can him. They crash through a service door into a stairwell, alarms wailing like the building itself is terrified. "Why are they chasing you?" she gasps. "They're not chasing me," he says, dragging her down the steps. "They're chasing you." "Me? I'm a cleaner for one night." "No," he says, glancing back as a bullet splits the metal railing. "You're someone they need, and someone I've been trying to find." The door at the bottom bursts open to cold night air and the echo of canal waters slapping stone. A black boat glides into view, figures crouched low, watching. Amina's voice trembles. "How long have you been looking for me?" Min-Jae meets her eyes with something frighteningly sincere. 15 years. The breath leaves her chest. "Why?" "Because you saved me once," he says, pulling her behind a pillar as the boat turns toward them. "And now it's my turn." A bullet explodes beside her head. Quick breath. Tight cut. If this opening hit you hard, pause and tap like, subscribe, and turn on the bell because the next reveal will shake you. Rain turns the stone courtyard slick as Min-Jae pulls Amina through an archway that smells of seawater and wet earth. She tries to pull away, but he tightens his grip, not rough, just certain. "Stop dragging me. I don't know you," she snaps. He releases her immediately, hands raised, breath visible in the cold air. "If I wanted to hurt you, you'd already be gone." Footsteps echo behind them, measured, confident, almost lazy. The kind of stride that belongs to people who know you can't outrun them. Min-Jae curses under his breath. "They're splitting up. They know the city better than I wanted." "Then call the police. You think they'll come fast enough for this?" His look says she knows the answer. A bell tolls somewhere above Venice, vibrating through the mist. Min-Jae scans the shadows and gestures to a side door with flaking blue paint. Inside. Amina hesitates only a second. The footsteps multiply. She follows. They step into an abandoned glasswork studio, broken rods, half-fused ornaments, the smell of burnt sand still alive in the air. Min-Jae kills the light switch with a gloved thumb. "Quiet," he breathes. The door rattles a moment later. A hand tests the handle. Another shadow joins it. 3 silhouettes. 4. Amina bites her lip so hard she tastes blood. Min-Jae leans close. "They can't see us yet. That window's too tinted." She whispers, Why me? What did I ever do? He studies her in the dark, as if recognizing the version of her he remembers. Do you truly not remember? I've never seen you before tonight. His jaw flexes. He looks away as if the truth is heavier than the danger. Then hear it later. Survive first. The handle turns again, slow, deliberate. Min-Jae's hand brushes hers, warning or comfort, she can't tell. He steps around her, moves to a dusty shelf filled with old glass-blowing pipes, grabs one quietly. The door clicks open an inch. Shadow slips inside. Min-Jae's arm flashes. One clean strike. The pipe cracks against the intruder's wrist. A gun drops. Amina kicks it panic first, sending it skittering across the floor beneath a metal table. Another man bursts in, and Min-Jae shoves Amina behind a furnace door. She presses against the cold metal, pulse jackhammering. Through a gap, she sees Min-Jae move, controlled, rehearsed, terrifyingly precise. The second man lunges. Min-Jae sidesteps and uses his weight to slam the intruder into a dusty furnace. The man drops. Two more rush in. Min-Jae grabs Amina's hand again. Move. They burst out the back exit into a narrow alley glittering with broken glass. The moon slices through the rooftops, painting their breath silver. Where are we going? She gasps. To someone who owes me a favor. Who are you to have favors like this? He doesn't answer. They sprint through a maze of silent water streets until they reach a small bridge overlooking a canal. Lanterns sway like weak stars. A hunched woman in a shawl steps from the shadows. Her eyes are sharp, too sharp for someone pretending to be harmless. You brought her, she says in Italian. Min-Jae nods once. Is the boat ready? Always. Her gaze slides to Amina. You don't remember him, do you? Can everybody stop saying that? Amina snaps. The woman smiles, sad and knowing. Memory is a cruel editor. Boot steps slam the stones behind them. Min-Jae pushes Amina toward the woman. Take her. No. Amina grabs his arm. You're not leaving me with strangers. I'm not leaving you at all, he says softly. I just need you safe for 30 seconds. The woman pulls Amina into a side path just as another squad of masked men spill onto the bridge. Min-Jae steps forward alone, hands empty but posture lethal. Amina twists, trying to see him, heart scraping ribs. Min-Jae. He doesn't look back. The first man attacks. Min-Jae uses his momentum, flips him over the stone railing. The splash echoes like a gunshot. The woman hurries Amina down the stairs. He's stalling them. Move. Where are we going? Amina demands. To wake a truth you buried. They reach a small boat tucked beneath the bridge. The woman gestures. Get in. Amina refuses. Not without him. The woman sighs. Stubborn. Good. You'll need that. Above them, Min-Jae grunts as a punch lands. Amina hears the scrape of fabric, the collision of bodies, the stone groaning under violent weight. The woman grips Amina's shoulders. If he falls, you lose everything. Get in. A shot rings out above. Amina's knees almost buckle. She climbs into the boat, chest heaving. The woman pushes off. Min-Jae appears on the railing, silhouette carved in moonlight, breathing hard but alive. He leaps onto the boat as it drifts from the bridge, landing with a force that rocks the entire hull. Amina catches his arm instinctively. Are you crazy? Yes, he breathes. About keeping you alive. The woman rows them into a darker canal. You both need to disappear for a night, she says. Before the city tells him where to find you. Find me? Amina whispers. Min-Jae looks at her, eyes like storm and ache. He's been searching for you longer than I have. Her heart stops. Who? Min-Jae inhales slowly. My brother. The boat glides into a shadow deeper than night. A beat. A heavy silence. Soft, controlled voiceover. If that twist hit you, pause now. Like the video. Subscribe. Turn on the bell. You're about to learn the reason she can't remember him. The boat glides into a forgotten canal where the water hardly moves and the city feels ancient enough to hear secrets. Amina watches Min-Jae's face in the flicker of lantern light. His eyes look torn between relief and regret. Your brother, she whispers. Yes. His voice is steady but his jaw isn't. Kang Jin. And he wants you more than he wants me dead. Amina pulls her hand from his. Why? Why me? What did I ever do to your family? The old woman rose slowly, guiding them beneath an arch carved with worn angels. Child, she murmurs, it is not what you did. It is what you survived. Amina stiffens. No. Don't speak like you know me. I knew you when you were small enough to hide in your mother's coat, the woman replies. And when men came looking for debts your family never owed. The words hit Amina like a slap of cold water. That's impossible. I don't remember any of that. You weren't meant to, Min-Jae says softly. The boat stops in a narrow docking slip lit with a single oil lamp. The woman gestures for them to get out. Inside. We can't stay exposed. Amina climbs onto the stone, shaky, furious, confused. Min-Jae follows her, movements slower now, his hurt worse than he admits. You're bleeding, she says. He brushes it off. Later. No. Now. Her voice cracks under the weight of too many unanswered questions. You drop a bomb on me and expect me to keep moving. Start talking. The old woman unlocks a rusted door to a hidden room beneath an abandoned chapel. The air smells of incense and dust. Candles glow weakly against the stone. Min-Jae lowers himself onto a wooden bench. You were 10 years old, he begins. Your father owed nothing. But my uncle, Kang Jin's father, wanted territory. Your neighborhood blocked his expansion. So he started clearing it. Amina takes a step back, mind spinning. No. I'd remember something like that. You remember fear, the woman says. But you call it something else now. Min-Jae continues, voice low. There was a fire. Not meant to kill, just to scatter families. You got trapped behind the stairwell gate. I was 13. I cut it open. Amina's breath snags. A tiny flash of memory, screaming wood, heat on her face, a boy's hand grabbing hers, flares like a spark. Then dies. No, she backs into the wall. That can't be real. My mother she never told me that. Because Kang Jin threatened her, Min-Jae says. If she talked, he'd finish what he started. Amina's knees weaken. She grips the edge of the table. Why would he want me now? After all these years? Because you're the only witness left alive, Min-Jae answers. The only proof that his father's accident wasn't one. The room goes silent. Even the candles seem to hold their breath. Amina whispers, so he wants to kill me? No. Min-Jae looks away, jaw tight. He wants to own you. Her stomach flips. What does that even mean? He lost control of the territory, Min-Jae says. If he finds you, he'll use you as leverage to force the remaining families to fall in line. You are valuable to him. Valuable, she repeats in disbelief. I'm a cleaner. A nobody. You're not nobody, the woman says. You are the girl who survived a fire they set, and never broke. Amina shakes her head, breath trembling. But why were you searching for me? You owe me nothing. Min-Jae meets her eyes, finally, completely. Because the night of the fire, your mother begged me to get you out. And I did. But I couldn't get her. Amina freezes. Her heartbeat collapses into silence. No, she whispers. No. That's not, she died of illness. That's what my aunt told me. They lied to protect you, Min-Jae says, voice barely a thread. Your mother died saving you. And I never forgave myself for not saving her too. Tears slip down Amina's cheeks before she realizes she's crying. Her body trembles with a grief she doesn't fully understand. The room vibrates suddenly, low, distant, mechanical. The woman stiffens. He found the signal. He's tracing you. Min-Jae stands despite the pain, grabbing Amina's hand with urgency that steals her breath. We have to move. Now. But I can't. You can, he says, voice fierce. Because you survived a burning building. Because you survived losing your mother. Because you survived a truth they buried. The old woman grabs a lantern and shoves a small metal key into Amina's palm. This opens the tunnel gate. You must go before he closes the exits. Amina wipes her tears with the back of her hand. Why does he want me so bad now? Why tonight? Min-Jae's expression darkens. Because the evidence of the fire resurfaced this morning. Anonymous. Untraceable. And he thinks it was you. Was it? She whispers. No, his gaze hardens. It was me. A boom shakes dust from the ceiling. The old woman kills the lantern. He's here. Amina clutches the key so hard it bites her skin. Min-Jae, what happens if he catches us? Min-Jae steps closer, breath warm against her forehead. He'll kill me. And he'll keep you. Her blood turns cold. He squeezes her hand. I will not let that happen. Not again. Footsteps slam above them. A pause. A breath. Voiceover, low and suspenseful. If you're still holding your breath, like the video, subscribe, and drop I remember in the comments. What happens next will change everything she thinks she knows. Dust rains from the ceiling as the footsteps upstairs multiply. Heavy boots. Confident strides. The kind of rhythm that belongs to men used to taking whatever they want. Min-Jae pulls Amina toward a narrow stone passage behind the altar. Stay close. Don't look back. But she does look back, she can't help it, and she sees the old woman barring the door with her cane, standing like someone who has already made her peace with God. Go, the woman says. I'll stall them for as long as I can. Amina's throat tightens. You'll die. Child, the woman whispers, I've been dying slowly for years. Tonight I get to choose how. Min-Jae tugs Amina, and the passage door shuts with a soft click. Darkness swallows them whole. The tunnel is cold and cramped, dripping with old water and older secrets. Min-Jae breathes hard beside her, wound worsening, but he still shields her with his body, moving first, clearing each turn before letting her step forward. A metal clang rings out above them. Kangjin's voice follows, smooth, arrogant, amused. Run, little brother. I enjoy the chase. Amina flinches, breath catching in her throat. He sounds close. He always sounds close, Min-Jae mutters. He's a ghost with a god complex. They reach a rusted grate sealed with a lock. Amina fumbles the key the old woman gave her. Her hands shake so hard she drops it. Amina, Min-Jae says gently, look at me. She forces her eyes up. His face is pale, jaw tense, sweat mixing with blood on his collar. Still, his voice is steady. You survived fire. You can survive memory, he says. And you can survive him. She nods. Picks up the key. Tries again. This time the lock opens. They push through into a wider chamber, an underground boat tunnel once used by monks. A small rowboat sits tied to the wall. A single lantern floats above it like a firefly. Behind them, the altar door explodes. Kangjin's men drop into the tunnel, weapons drawn. Min-Jae shoves Amina into the boat. Untie it. What about you? He doesn't answer. He turns toward the shadows instead, drawing a knife from his belt. Not for show, his stance says he's ready to die here. No. Amina scrambles back to him, grabbing his arm. I'm not leaving you. You have to, he whispers. You're the one he wants. And what about what I want? For a moment, everything stops, the water, the echoes, even the fear. He cups her face with a trembling hand. I want to live long enough to see you remember me. Tears spill down her cheeks. Min-Jae kisses her forehead, soft, quick, final. Then he spins, slashing the ropes that hold the boat. The vessel jerks backward with Amina in it, drifting away before she can claw her way out. Amina. Kangjin jumps into view, landing with predatory grace. His smile is wrong, too calm for the violence boiling around them. You always had terrible aim at self-sacrifice, Kangjin says. Min-Jae raises his knife. Touch her, and I burn everything you've built. You already tried that, Kangjin sighs. But what a coincidence. I wanted to tell her the story you've been hiding. Amina grips the boat's sides as it drifts farther down the tunnel. She can still see them, two silhouettes shaped by loyalty and betrayal. Kangjin pulls a gold pendant from his pocket, small, worn, unmistakable. Amina gasps. She knows that pendant. She wore it every day as a child. Kang Jin dangles it mockingly. I took this from her mother, before the fire. Rage detonates through Min-Jae. He charges. Steel flashes. Bodies crash. Water sprays. The tunnel echoes with violence and history colliding. Amina screams, trying to paddle back with her hands, but the current steals her. Amina. She hears the fight but can't see it anymore. She hears Kang Jin's laugh, cold, amused. She hears Min-Jae's grunt as a blow lands. She hears something heavy fall into the water. Her heart fractures. The boat bursts from the tunnel into open canal light. City sounds return, sirens, bells, morning voices. But she hears none of it. Turn around, please, she whispers to the boat, to the water, to God. Instead, the skiff drifts away, carrying her into daylight she doesn't want. A police boat spots her. Voices shout. She can't answer. She's frozen. Numb. Breaking. They pull her aboard. An officer asks, "Miss, are you hurt?" Amina breaks into a sob so raw it silences everyone. He went back for me. And I left him. The officer tries to reassure her, but she shakes her head violently. He saved me again, she whispers, voice trembling, and I couldn't save him. The screen fades slow, like breath fading. If this ending tore at you, hit like, subscribe, and comment below. Should Min-Jae survive? Or should this be the beginning of her revenge?